Adventures in Log Cabin, because that is the project we're working on. That is the quote we're working on right now. Okay. Alrighty. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and bring that up and get rid of that. There we go. All right, so welcome back. We are on day 2, or block 2, of Adventures in Log Cabin. Over the week, you should have, well, actually on Monday, you should have received an email from me for the next cutting instructions and the picture from last week's block. Okay? Hey, Miss Pam, glad you made it on. So your picture and your block should have come to you on Monday around 10 o'clock. If you're not getting it, and I do actually have a couple of people whose email's coming back to me. One of them is coming back because it's blocked, so it won't let me actually send it to that. We fixed that by, she added me to her at the end. And so hopefully now it will let me send her the emails. A couple of them I just got them wrong, and that happens. Like in one of them I missed an N. There was 2 N's and I only had 1 in there. And there's some other ones. I think So Nice. Whichever one of you is So Nice, let me know, because I'm not getting through. My emails are not getting through to you. And I really want you to have these emails ahead of time so that you can sew with us. Or, of course, you can sew later, but I want you to have the opportunity to be able to sew with us. So make sure that you're getting your emails on Monday, all right? And you should get your next one. Now, there's some people that a couple of people I have to send the emails to through my other email, my personal email, but everything else is coming through my SRQ email. So be aware that it could be going to your spam folder, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what I have set up right now. So I don't know if you've ever seen one of these or whatever. I'm not even sure what they call them, but Miss Sheila helped me make a couple of these, and they're project project boards. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. Project boards. And I can lay out all the parts for my project board on here with all the pieces, so everything is ready. So I have my 4 colors cut out, and then I have my black ones cut out. Now I know in one of them, the smallest square, you had to cut it out and then cut it into 4s, but guess what? You only need 1 piece. So just grab 1 piece, set the others aside, and you can use them for another project, or you never know, that you may need it later. Excuse me. And then the other ones you had to do a square and then cut it on the diagonal. And that would be these. Now there was something that I realized, because we're going to be doing some trimming down. We're actually going to be trimming these blocks down. Thank you, Design Boards. Yep, that's it. Debbie Magnet. Oh, hey, Debbie. Welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. Yep, anytime you comment, that helps me to figure out who's here and who's not here, so thank you so much for that. So this is the second block, the second larger block, and it was just a diagonal cut across. But what I found was, even though it said that there was like a 7/8 or a 4/8 or whatever, not 4/8 because that would have been half, but 5/8, you could actually go up to the next full inch. Oh, hey, Miss Janice. So glad you made it in. Yeah, we were just kind of going over the fabrics and what I found worked for me. So I did actually on the blocks, just these blocks, not this one, because this one needs to stay its size. So if it says, you know, a certain size on the small one, leave the size and then cut it into the diagonal, and then the diagonal again. But on the 2 larger blocks, you're only going to cut 1 diagonal. And if you notice, I'm not giving you any sizes because I do have these patterns for sale, and other people have to pay for the patterns, but you guys don't, because you're on the original. You guys are on the original email list, which was my thing for you, was to include you at no cost. Okay, but if you do know somebody that would like to join us, they only cost about $1.25 per block, and that's because Etsy gets a pretty nice little chunk of change from that. Plus, it costs me money to load them up, so $1.25 helps me to cover costs, and it makes it available for everybody who wants to do it. Okay, so here we have our picture, our fabrics. I'm sorry, I feel like my brain's a little mushy right now. Our fabrics on our project board, design board. We have our 2 dark colors. We're going to set those aside, except for this one. We need this one right away. All right. So we're going to take our smallest piece of fabric, which, if I'm correct, it's hard to find. I couldn't see it. It blended right in. I'm going to take the smallest piece, which is this one right here, and we're going to make a connection. So if you would take that piece and this piece, and we're going to put it just like this. Now I got obviously my blue is going to be on the right side, and my red is going to wind up being on the left side. So let's start here, and you're going to match it up right here on the bottom. Let me see if I got a pen here. So if you can see my little pointy thing here, we're going to match the corners up right here on the bottom and go to right there. And it's okay that it's going to stick over. That's all right. But you just want to make sure it's lined up down here and up along the side. And then if you need to, pin it. Nothing wrong with pinning it. At least that way it keeps it from sliding up and down. All right. So let's go over here to the throat plate. And we're going to sew it together. So anybody do anything special for the weekend? Have anything special going on? Okay, my little thingamaboppy over here. My thread catcher. This is the one Miss Sheila made for me and designed. I'm going to put this over in here. Makes it a little bit easier when I can throw my threads right there in front of me. Then we're going to move that out of the way. And I will say that you can go ahead and turn it to the lighter side. Okay? Then we're going to do that. And if you have your little wood irons, use your little wood irons. And then we're going to come over here. Put that right there. Oh. And my iron turned off. Darn it. I didn't even see it. Yeah, it's not even it's barely hot. It's getting there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. All right, so then we're going to take the next color, which this one says it's the dark red. So we're going to take the dark red, and it's going to do the same thing. Now, one thing I will say that I pretty much ironed everything, but I can tell when something's not ironed because it wants to curl up on the end. So I'm going to give that a quick shot here. Ah. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. And yes, this is a variation of a log cabin, but if you notice, it almost looks like it's going to be a variation of a braid. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, huh. All right. And then we're going to take it back over here. Run it upside down, run it right side up. I mean, whatever works for you. Actually, my my seam keeps wanting to get caught down here on my throat plate. Get my hand out of the way. Now, I noticed some of you were talking last week about how your seam on, and I understand that. I understand that completely. I know exactly what you're talking about because I ran into that a lot, especially when I first started out, because I didn't understand seam allowances. And oftentimes we talk about them like everybody knows exactly what we're talking about. But the truth of the matter is sometimes we are clueless. Okay? So when we talk about seam allowances, we're talking about the distance from your needle to the edge of your fabric. Oftentimes when sewing clothing, your seam allowance is usually 5/8 or 3/8. But most quilters use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I really wanted to show you my 1/4 inch seam allowance thingy. It shows that. Let me see if I got one around here handy. Hang on, guys, just for a quick second. I meant to have that handy for you, and I kind of spaced on it. I flaked out. Ouch. Oh, I dropped scissors on my foot. Oh, that was good. That was intelligent. Thank goodness I got clogs on. I got my Crocs on. Yeah, I never thought I'd actually own a pair of those, let alone wear them. No, I do not see it in here. Give me just a second here. Well, darn, I had a little one that had a hole in it. And of course it's not in here now. So I don't know what I did with it. I hate when I lose those things. All right, so let's see. I fixed mine in March with painter's tape and made a new block. That works. All right, let's see here. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so as you can see, there's your 1/4 inch line on this ruler right here. Now, if you need to, flip it over on the back side, because then you can see the line a lot better. And it's right there under your thing. And there's the edge of the 1/4 inch. And if you look, there's a red line on here, which, hang on, let me show you my tape. So this is my, and I can put it out and put a new one down, but I'll be honest, they're kind of hard to get down there, because you feel like you're never getting it on there just right. So I get my needle down, and I can butt this right up to where the needle's at, and I'm going to put this down, and it shows that my 1/4 inch is running right along this preset distance from the needle to the edge of the plastic. So that is your 1/4 inch. It also follows the red line of the tape and the black line of the edge. So I know mine is pretty accurate, and that's good, and that's what I'm looking for. But sometimes you've got the fatter feet for your sewing machine, and I liked using mine too, mostly because my feed dogs went all the way out to there. So if I didn't use that whole area, then it would pull my fabric in a funky way, and that was something I noticed later on. So if you do that, then you need to manually move your needle over all the way as far as it'll go to the right, and then measure it and make sure you're getting your 1/4 inch. You can also, once you measure it, put that, like she did, put the painter's tape down. I have some people that do 3 or 4 thicknesses of painter's tape so that the the seam will only go that far. Sometimes you need more than one thickness of painter's tape. All right, so hopefully that helps. Sound is going in and out again. Let me check my batteries. No, battery's strong. I don't know why it would be going in and out. Unless I keep moving my mouth away from the microphone, and that could be. So let me move it down a little bit closer to the bottom of my shirt and see if that helps. Because this is my good microphone. This is the one I really like. Okay, so it might get loud because when I angle my head down, then my mouth is closer to the microphone. Static. Ooh, now that I don't know about. Hang on. Let me see what I hear. Let me turn my volume up a little bit. Talk, talk. See if I can hear it. Got to keep talking. See if I can. Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry, guys. It's her hearing aid. Oh, Miss Laura, you're so funny. I love it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to keep going. And I'm sorry if there's any technical problems with it. I'm not finding it, and according to my audio looks good. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's take our third one. Oh, let's change the tabletop. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take our third one. This is the light yellow. There was some static when you were moving the mic around, but sound is good on this side. Okay, sounds good now. Not wearing my hearing all today. You guys are so funny. All right, so because of the cutting, these should be pretty much exact, with maybe just a little bit of showing on the edge, and that's okay, because Lord knows we always get that. So we're going to take that pin, and we're just going to kind of put it in there, and then come on over here. The good thing about this particular block is it's not going to turn out 12.5 by 12.5 like it does like the other ones. Actually, you know what? I'm going to rip out that last little section real quick. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't hear that. I'm going to rip this out real quick only because, as you see, it started to slide on me. And I like to try to get it close. All right, so I'm just going to rip that out, rip that out, and then straighten that out a little bit. Okay. There we go. I think I like that a little bit better. Okay. And then just flip that over. I think I'm going to leave my little iron thingy over here. Okay. Once I got that over, had problems connecting, just got on. Hey, Miss Carol. Well, welcome. You're welcome to watch it all the way to the end with us and then watch it over again if you need to. I will tell you that the beginning part is probably the most crucial. The rest of the stuff, you know. The beginning one is this piece with this piece, and you want to make sure that you start at the very bottom of that triangle, way down here. So let's flip it over. So you want to make sure you start way down here at that very bottom, okay? That's the big thing. Once you start there, everything else falls right into place. All right, so next we're going to use our light red. Which letter fabric is that one? Ah, okay. So the letter fabric for, let me get back to my other page. Oh, it figures. I left my other page over there. All right, so we've got, this one is F, this one is H, and this one is I. This one is I. Okay, and of course this is K. So K, H, I, this one is B and J, if I remember correctly. B and J. B. Oh, that's purple. Doggone it. So this one is J and this one is F. I'm sorry. I think I was having a visionary fart as well. So, LOL. Okay. I have to leave at 4:30, so we'll come back later and watch and see. Excellent. Yes. It will be loaded up, or it should be loaded up. The one on Facebook loads it pretty quick unless I try to do a little bit of editing, which I probably will. Because we started at 3:45, so like I said, I'm going to be coming on kind of early. And the bee just got me. Sorry. Sorry about that. You know, when I was cutting these out again to do this block on here, I wrote all the letters down on the page because I realized on the page it has the letters but not the colors. And it was easier for me if I had the colors on there as well. So the next time I do this, I will put in the colors as well. But if you change the colors, then me putting blue or pink or red or whatever on there is going to throw you off. So the letters are definitely better. But when I'm trying to tell you what I'm doing, that's hard. That's harder on you guys. So sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, we're using letters F, H, I, and J. That's dark red, light red. Oh, let me get you all flipped over here. Dark red, dark blue, light blue. And you can use whichever darks and lights you want. Just please remember to mark it on there so you stay straight. Once you get going, you're probably going to be fine, but in the meantime, it's just enough that it can throw you off. Okay. And we're going to go ahead. I'm just going ahead and taking care of my tails, my little pieces of thread, and I'm going to bring it over here, and we're going to, sorry. This block went really quickly. In fact, I thought about doing a few of these blocks and putting just a small little quilt together for you, or table runner, to show you all the different kinds of things you can do with just one of these blocks. So as it is now, it's more like a sampler, but you can take that and you can turn it into anything. Table runners, placemats, wall hangings, and just depending upon how you do it, you know, what you add to it or take away from it, you know, it could be anything. Okay, so we're going to take the blue one, the dark blue one, which is the, hang on a sec. Stop that. Let's see. Dark blue is J. So we're going to take J, second color of J, and we're going to flip it over. You can tell it fits because it should be the same length. So hopefully that works for you. Yeah, sorry about that. Believe it or not, I have to keep the light kind of low where I'm working because the lights tend to blow out the video. So sometimes I can't really see it very well. Oops, sorry. Let's get you where you can see. Okay. And then can anybody tell me what the next color is? I mean, you see our pattern, right? All right, so let's take our next color, which in this case is going to be the I have to keep going back and forth. So it's going to be H. We're going to take H. Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Ann. Well, don't worry, you're here now, and we haven't gotten very far. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. Okay, we haven't gotten too far. You're going to start with a small triangle, and don't forget you can always watch this afterwards. And this is going to be a quick block, so this will be done in no time. So you'll be able to watch it on the Facebook page, or you can watch it on the YouTube page, the SRQ Quilters YouTube page. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take the H strip. And again, it's going to pretty much match up. It should match up. And you might be off just a little bit because, again, your seams are going to start moving a little bit. And then you're going to flip it over. And Miss Ann, I am going to come on kind of early, hopefully. I did it today. I managed it today. But I'm hopefully going to get on by about 3:45 in the afternoon, just so you get a chance to get on early, okay? That is what I'm going to do. Okay. That's good. But hang out with us. Talk with us. Oh, see? And then I have to remember to change the camera angle. This is the one part that I seem to keep giving myself a hard time over, is remembering to change that angle. Sometimes I do really good and sometimes not so good. All right. Everybody following along? Oh, yay! Finally found you, Miss Deborah. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we're just going to use the pointy thing. We miss you. Oh, shoot. And I was just talking about that. Okay. We're going to use the pointy thing. We're going to fold it over and try not to get a lot of bowing in it. So if you flip it over gently and, you know, put that crease in there, when you iron it, then you're not going to be pushing that seam out, or at least that's what we're trying to avoid. Okay, so next is going to be the F fabric. And this is your last piece of F fabric. So we're going to put that on there and see it matches up so nicely. And we're going to flip it over, match up that edge. And I bet you guys are doing great. Okay, and now I'm going to remember to do that. Oh, my ears haven't popped yet. I am definitely going to be very, very happy when my ears finally pop and I can hear again. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right. Okay, so again, we're going to flip this over and kind of just fold it out. And you guys know the quilter Jordan, she does a finger press, and you can do that too. I have better luck doing this. I just finally lost my really long nail on my index finger yesterday, and I kind of miss it already. All right, so our next color is going to be color I. And same thing, this is going to be the last one of color I. We're going to flip it over. I grab a little pin just to keep it straight. Actually, it's getting kind of long, so I think I'm going to use 2 pins. Know that feeling going to... 6-hour flight. I hate long flights. I've done New Zealand. I've done Hawaii twice, and those are all long flights. Long flights. All right, I'm going to take a tissue break here for just a second. All right. Okay. All right, got that done. We're going to flip that one over. And y'all, believe it or not, we are more than halfway through this block. Going to use my little pointy tool to give me a little quick press. Okay. All right, now we're down to the last 2 colors. So now we're going to take the other blue color, which apparently I have not cut well. Let's see, that one would be J. I think I did that once before. Yeah. I think by the time I was getting down to this, I just started hacking away at things. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we're going to put that down, and I think I'm just going to flip this over this way. Yeah, let me see. It says 9 3/8. Okay, anyways, flip this over this way. I'm just going to match it up to this one. That way it keeps my my seam straight. Grab my 2 pins. Match up my ends. Okay. All right. Deb, we miss you so much. We hope you're going to be coming back soon. Check and make sure it's staying on task there. Do I ever use the clips? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you know where I mostly use my clips? I mostly use my clips when I'm doing bindings because I like the way it holds. Not before Christmas. Boy, we really are going to miss you. The binding clips are nice for, oh, sorry. Here we go. The clips are nice for the bindings when I do the bindings because it holds them without, you know, creating that pucker from the pins. And it's not that I don't like using the clips on the fabric when I'm doing the blocks. I have done it. It just seems like for me, I guess right now, pins are a little easier than the clips. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, last piece of fabric. Let's see how close I got that edge. Oh, looks good. Okay, so here's our last piece of fabric. It is the dark red. Well, last piece of colored fabric because now we're up to the blacks. We're up to the black. All right, so let's get those Last 2 pins in here. And y'all, believe it or not, we are almost done. Well, we're definitely going to miss you up until Christmas, because then you got to come back, because you just told us Christmas, so you got to come back now. All right. So let's get this one in here. Get my little magnet. My friend Sheila got me that little magnet, and she said, try throwing your pins on there. And I'm like, well, okay. I guess I'm so used to poking them into my pin cushion that I was kind of used to that. But, you could get used to the magnet a whole lot faster. You just toss them. Sometimes you just have to take them off and scoot them over there, and they just stick. That's kind of nice, too. All right. Trim off the threads. And you know what? You don't even have to trim the threads. You can leave them until the last minute, but I kind of like doing it now. Okay. Lots of complications. I understand complications. I do. I definitely do. Okay. Now let's get that iron on there. Get that iron down. And then when you receive your instructions on how to put this on, we're going to start on this side. And again, you can start on either side, and be quite honest, you can probably start on either end too. But according to the way we have this written out, you're going to put one across here. And just so you know, it probably is going to come really close to the edge. And don't worry, just kind of get it centered, because again, we're going to be doing some trimming. What I did on mine, after doing it again on one of the other blocks I'm going to show you in a little while, I realized that on these bigger blocks, these larger ones that you just cut in half one time, cut on the diagonal one time, I actually went to the next like ½ inch or full inch, and because we're going to wind up trimming it off anyways, so it was no big deal. So let's put that one on there, and then if you want, we can go ahead and put the other one on. And again, just kind of get it in the middle there. And yours is probably not going to reach all the way end to end. We're using the medium triangles on this one. The big ones are going to go on the ends, because if you look, that is not going to make it from end to end, not even close. So yeah, we're going to use the medium triangles. And watch your pattern. If you have like a white on white, watch your pattern. And did you know, I did not know this until somebody else mentioned it, but if you use a black light on your white on whites, it will tell you, it'll show you with the black light which one is the top and which one is the bottom. Because I don't know about y'all, but I have a really hard time telling the difference between white on white top and back, because sometimes they just look the same. In fact, I think one of my blocks behind me, nope, must have been a different one. One of the blocks I did recently, I realized that I put the block on, some of the parts of the block on upside down, but it was so hard to tell the white on whites. But if you have a little black light flashlight, ugh, that was a mouthful, then that helps you to see, because it stands out. That black light will stand out. Sorry, y'all. I almost made it through without having to do that. Okay, sip of water. There, that feels better. All right, let's go ahead and take this over here and get these done. And get it right up to that 1/4 inch mark. And again, we're using the medium triangles on the top. Medium triangles on the top. And just get it in the middle, because it's not going to matter. Once we get up here, we're fixing to do some trimming. And you're going to be cutting off quite a bit of it anyways. And then we're going to go ahead and do the second side. Try and get my thread out of the way there. Sometimes I catch that thread when I start, and then what I wind up doing is getting it in the way, and then it starts pulling on my fabric. Okay. All right, let's trim this one. And go back and trim this one. I love my little Ginger trimmers. Those are so nice. I've had them for a while now. Okay, so we're going to flip this one out this way. Now you tell me about the black light. Yeah, well, believe it or not, I just saw somebody talk about the black light on, I'm not even sure where it was. Maybe it was, it wasn't Jordan. Who was that? Somebody, maybe Becky Thompson, or it could have been somebody at one of the retreats I've been to. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't remember now who mentioned it or talked about it. But yeah, I thought, oh my gosh, that is so great, because you know how many of those things I put on upside down? Like even now I'm not paying attention to whether I'm on the right side or the wrong side, because both sides look about the same to me. All right, so let's take that next one and we're going to line it up. Bring my pins over here. And remember, when you get done with this block, okay, we're going to have to put that one on later. When you get done with this block, remember to send me a picture, either private message it to me or email me with it or whatever, so I can get it loaded up onto the page, because apparently, before I really knew what I was doing, SRQ Quilter is a page, not a group. And so you guys can't post, but you can send it to me and I will post it for you. And I would really love to have your blocks on here. So please make sure when you're done with your block that you send it to me as soon as you can. And if you posted it on the Facebook page while we're here, while we're doing this, then let me know you did that and I will try to go in and find it. But it's much easier if you just send it to me. Okay? Okay. Now I don't know if you guys have a 12.5-inch square ruler, but I do and I love it. I have a bunch of square rulers and I use them a lot. I didn't think I would because I tend to measure things on my mat a lot, but I have a lot of Quilter Select squared rulers, 4.5-inch, 6.5-inch. I think I bought the whole passel of them at some point. I don't even know when I did it, but I did, and I'm not sorry I did it. A lot of my projects are all squared blocks, so it really helps me to make sure that I keep them square. And I did just get a black lock, but I have not had the pleasure of using it yet. But I cannot believe how expensive those things are. I mean, yeah, I do. I do believe how expensive they are. But in the meantime, it's like, wow. All right, so this is the last large triangle. Just check and make sure I'm getting it in there. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm getting off a little bit. All right, guys, I gotta fix it. Let's see. It's not too bad. Bad enough. I wasn't paying attention. So what I'm doing is I'm just breaking like every third section, third piece of thread, and then just going back. All right, that should be enough. Get me all straight, get my thread out of the way, and zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I was thinking about my mother the other day. She had a lot of sayings. Some of them I can't repeat on Facebook because they would probably block me. My mama used to cuss like a sailor. But it's kind of funny. Some of the ones I remember the most were like, well, that went over like a lead balloon. It took me a long time to understand that one because I was just a kid, so I didn't understand about lead balloons. One, I didn't even know they had them, which they don't. Why? Because they don't float. Okay, I got a 16 square Creative Grids with at a tag sale for, wow. Wow, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I love getting them like that. In fact, I got my my block lock rulers at a yard sale. And I felt like I hit gold. Okay, we are almost done with this part. And then we're going to go on to the next part. Yeah, definitely super lucky find. Definitely super lucky. Okay, so let's get this thing out of the way. And I will grab my handy dandy 12-inch ruler. So, well, 12 and a half. I mean, I say 12, but that's because 12 is the finished block, and we want 12 and a half. So, we're going to kind of line it up. Using the bottom and the top, and you can kind of eyeball it. It's okay. It's so funny when I look at it on the TV screen because of because it's a webcam. It is so wonky. So I notice it's pretty good here. It looks pretty good here. I still have my point. I probably should still have it once we're done. Yes, I love my points. But we're going to lose a point here and here, and you're going to. It's okay. You're going to lose your point here, and you're going to lose the points here, and you're supposed to. There's a reason for that. Okay? And trim this one. Get this out of my way. It's in my way. I can do this one, and also I did some of this on a rotating mat as well. Okay, got that one, and then we're going to get this one. And I love my 60-inch rotary cutters. I have really come to love my 60-inch rotary cutters. I have another one, it's a Fiskars, and I love it. I like this one. In fact, it feels weird now when I try to put a 45 in my hand, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. There it is. We have successfully finished our second block. And yes, you're going to lose your points here because when you do a 1/4 of an inch, you're going to lose it here, and you're supposed to. Okay, so don't panic. It's supposed to look like this. Biggest thing you want to do is try and get your point here. If you can, I can't tell if you can see it. Try to get that point right here at the bottom. That's the one you want. More than anything, that's the one you want. Okay? All right. Rotary cutter, yes, I do. And it's a nice fit. It's got a good rest for my finger where I can still give it a little bit extra, but then I have a lot of protection here. I will say that so far, they all cut me. At some point or another, I bump into the blade, even with the covers on. And I'm kind of usually pretty good about putting the covers back on. So if you're cutting with a rotary cover, no matter what, even if you're going to use it again, cover the blade, put it down, and you can uncover the blade. And just get in the habit of doing that all the time, okay? I got little ones coming around my house, and so I try to make sure I have all my cutting implements up and out of the way. All right, so there's our block for today, and let me show you the rest of the blocks. So here is another one done in some other colors, other fabrics. And then, of course, I had to do my bee one. And there's the one I did in my bee fabrics. And this is the one where I did the whites, but I am pretty sure that a couple of these are upside down, because I think I got them messed up. But this is a white fabric, not blue, because I'm looking at the screen, and I think because of the yellow, the screen is trying to correct for all that yellow, and it's turning everything blue. So here we go. And those are the 3 that we have currently. There's that one, and this one. So what do you think, y'all? Are you liking it? That is our, excuse me, that is our 3rd block. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I got mush in my head. This is our 2nd block. Next week we'll be working on our 3rd one. You should get that email by 10 o'clock on Monday morning. I'm trying to schedule them so that they actually come out at 10 o'clock on Monday mornings to your email. If you're not getting it, you need to let me know, okay? Because something's going wrong, and I need to find out what I've done to your email address that it's not coming out right. And some of them, like I said, I did find out that one of them was blocked. So no matter what I sent, how I sent it, whether I sent it from my personal or from my business one, it was still being blocked. So you got to let me know if you're getting them or if you're not getting them, okay? If you're getting them, that's great. If you're not getting them, I need to know. All right. Any questions? I know I love this block. It's so cute. I love it. Any questions, anybody? All right. So we still almost took an hour. Hopefully I can trim this down a little bit. But it was fun talking with everybody on here. Oh, Laura says, please take a quick break. Sorry, Laura. I know my voice is starting to get, I think, more and more croaky as I go. So I'm not sure if it's because you want me to take a break and take a breath, or if you need me to slow down. If you need me to slow down, tell me to slow down. So we had talked about these scissors. I have not purchased any yet for my store, but I think I'm going to, because I absolutely love them, and I know everybody else does too. So these are the Karen Buckley scissors, and I think on my next order I'm going to purchase some. So let me know if you're interested in some Karen K. Buckleys, and my next order I will definitely work on that. Slow down would be nice. Okay, Ms. Diane. Well, don't worry, because if I go too fast here, you can always rewatch it and pause it and go forward and pause it. Go backwards if you need to, pause it. And that's always nice too. Yeah, Sally, I love those scissors. They're like my favorite scissors. And I love gingers. I mean, I probably have 3 or 4 pairs of gingers. Okay, Miss Ann, I'll make sure I order you a large one. And by large, do you mean the 8-inch, or these are the smaller ones, but they've got that nice tip on them. And of course, they're serrated on one side and smooth on the other. And that's the thing I love about these scissors, because then the fabric doesn't slide out from underneath your scissors as you're cutting, which drives me crazy, but I always thought you just had to live with it. But yeah, I'll find the largest size I can for you. That's she may have one that's closer to a dressmaker shears size, but just let me know, okay? And then I'll get them ordered and let you know. Okay. Yeah, I need a whole set. I need a whole set of them. Or you need a whole set. No, you need a whole set. Okay, wait, now. Oh, I'm really messing up. Okay, all right, y'all. Listen, today has been an absolute blast. I can't wait till next week when we get together for the 3rd one. And we're still kind of on the easy ones. I have the 6-inch, so bigger than that. Okay, you got it, Miss Ann. My next order, I'll order you one. All right, so this one has been great. Our next one is still kind of easy. Yes, Sally, they do. I love that, the serrated part of it. I couldn't believe it when I finally found them. And it was kind of a fluke, because I pretty much paid full price from somebody who had come to the guild and was showing off their fabrics. And she had just a few pair left, and that was like the last one. And I went ahead and got it because I thought, well, I'm going to treat myself. And I started using it. I was like, oh my gosh, I just can't even believe how great that is. There we go. I couldn't believe how great those scissors were. Now I wish I had one at every station in my house like I do with my gingers. This is a ginger. I have one here. I have another ginger over there. I have another ginger over there. I have one in my quilt cave. I have them at every station where I could possibly sew. I have a ginger. And now I wish I had a Karen K. Buckley at every single station. They are really great, and I love the way they work. All right. Listen, y'all, thank you so much for being with me today. We are definitely up to an hour, and I want to make sure that we try to keep these videos as short as possible so they don't take up too much of everybody's time. So let's go ahead, and we are going to close in prayer tonight. And again, I just want to say thank you so much. So here we go. Father, thank you for another opportunity. Father, thank you for another chance to come together, to be a part of each other's lives, to be friends, to be sisters in quilting, to have an opportunity to show the glory throughout the whole week, Father, and bring it back together and have the fellowship that we have. I just thank you for that, Father, and I ask you to be with all those out there who are in need and in suffering, Father. I ask you to give them some relief, Father, and we just thank you for everything that you've done, for everything you've brought to us in our lives. Sometimes it's things we think we need and we have to have, and we realize that, Father, you know what's best for us, and I just give you all the honor and glory for it in Jesus' name. Amen. Listen, y'all have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and your Sunday with your family. And again, don't forget to upload those pictures because I can't wait to see what they look like. All right. If you have any questions or you're having problems with it, please don't hesitate to call me. Don't hesitate. You know my door's open. If you know where I live, you know my door's open. So come on in. We'll have tea together. All right? Listen, love y'all. Hugs. Mwah.